Class 12th, subject physics, second chapter, mechanical properties of fluids. From this chapter, let us see the applications of Bernoulli's equation. The very first application is the speed of efflux. The efflux means the fluid flowing out of a pipe or a tube. So in order to explain this speed of efflux, let us consider a liquid of density rho filled in a tank of cross-sectional area A1 and having an orifice of cross-sectional area A2 such that A1 is very large as compared with A2. So this is the tank which is filled with a liquid having its density equal to rho, and the area of cross-section of this tank will be equal to A1, and this is the orifice, so its area is equal to A2. So if you consider this situation, then the liquid flows out through the orifice. That liquid is coming out through the orifice. Now let Phi1 and Phi2 be the speeds of liquid at A1 and A2 areas. As both the inlet and the outlet are exposed to atmosphere, the pressure at these positions equals the atmospheric pressure P0. So here it is P0 as well as here it is P0 because both are exposed to the atmosphere. And therefore, if h is the height of the surface, that is the free surface above the orifice, if h is the height, here h is the height of this free surface above this orifice, then by using Bernoulli's equation, we can write P0 plus half rho Phi1 square plus rho gh equal to P0 plus half rho Phi2 square. And therefore, by the equation of continuity, according to equation of continuity, we know that A1 Phi1 equal to A2 Phi2, and therefore from this equation Phi1 will be equal to A2 by A1 into V2. Therefore in the above equation this Phi1 will be replaced by A2 by A1 into V2, and therefore we can write half rho into A2 by A1 square into V2 square plus rho gh equal to half rho Phi2 square. Now multiplying this equation throughout by 2, we will get A2 by A1 square into V2 square plus 2gh equal to Phi2 square, where rho is now neglected from all these terms. Then we can write therefore 2gh equal to Phi2 square minus A2 by A1 square into V2 square. Therefore 2gh equal to, taking V2 square common, 1 minus A2 by A1 square into V2 square. But we know that A1 is very large as compared with A2, and therefore A2 by A1 square is now neglected, it will be negligible, and therefore neglecting that A2 by A1 square, we can write Phi2 square will be equal to 2gh. And therefore taking square root, Phi2 is equal to square root of 2gh. This is the speed similar to that of a freely falling body through any medium. So this will be the velocity of the efflux, that is speed of the efflux. Now let us go for the next application of this Bernoulli's equation, and that second application is the Venturi tube, or it is also called as Venturi meter. Venturi tube or Venturi meter. So a Venturi tube is used to measure the speed of flow of a liquid in a tube. This Venturi tube or Venturi meter is used to measure the speed of the flow of a liquid in a tube. If we consider this Venturi tube, then it has a constriction in the tube. So this will be the tube here, and there will be a constriction here, that is small diameter of the tube at any point, that is the constriction is present along the length of the tube. Then as the fluid passes through the constriction, its speed increases and hence the pressure decreases. Now the fluid of density rho flows through the venturi tube. Suppose rho is the density of that fluid which is flowing through that tube. Then let A1 be the area of cross section at the wider part of the tube. A1 is the area at the wider part of the tube, and speed of the fluid is V1. Similarly, at the constriction there is a narrower part. At that part of the tube, let A2 be the area of cross section, and hence the velocity will be V2, so that V2 will be greater than V1. Now if you consider these areas, then let V1 and V2 be the speeds at the areas A1 and A2. Let P1 and P2 be the pressures of that fluid at these respective areas. So P1 and P2 are the pressures at A1 and A2 areas. Then according to Bernoulli's equation, now if you consider Bernoulli's equation, then by applying Bernoulli's equation we can write P1 plus half rho V1 square equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. Again P1 minus P2. So P1 minus P2 will be equal to half rho V2 square minus half rho V1 square. That will be equal to, taking common half rho into V2 square minus V1 square, equation number 1. Now we know that P1 minus P2 is equal to rho GH, because here in this case if you consider this height and this height, there is difference of height equal to h between these two levels, and therefore P1 minus P2 will be written as rho GH, that is the potential energy, equation number 2. Now putting this value in equation 1, we get in place of P1 minus P2 rho GH. So rho GH equal to half rho into V2 square minus V1 square. Neglecting rho and multiplying this equation throughout by 2, we will get 2GH equal to V2 square minus V1 square, equation number 3. And this equation gives the expression for the potential energy per unit volume, that is GH. So that potential energy per unit volume, actually it will be said to be potential energy. And then from this equation 3 we can conclude that the rate of flow of liquid can be calculated by substituting V1 in terms of V2 or V2 in terms of V1, because we know the equation of continuity A1 V1 equal to A2 V2, and therefore in this relation we can find the rate of flow of that liquid by substituting V1 in terms of V2 or V2 in terms of V1 by using the relation A1 V1 equal to A2 V2. Now let us go for the third application of this Bernoulli's equation, and that is lifting up of an aeroplane. So flight of aeroplane, lifting of aeroplane will be the example of this Bernoulli's equation. Now if you consider this example, when an aeroplane runs on the runway, due to aerodynamic shape of its wings, the streamlines of air are crowded above the wings compared to the below the wings. Thus the air above the wings moves faster than that of below the wings. As per Bernoulli's principle, the pressure above the wings decreases and below the wing increases. Due to this pressure difference, an upward force, resultant upward force called as dynamic lift acts on the bottom of the wings of the plane. Now when this force becomes greater than the weight of the aeroplane, then the aeroplane moves up due to that upward force. Then let us go for fourth application, that is working of an atomizer, that is spray pump, working of an atomizer. The construction of this will be as shown in the figure. And now if you consider this atomizer, then a tube T is dipped. A tube T is dipped in liquid filled in a tank. Then air is blown at the high speed over the tip of the tube. The air is blown at the tip of the tube with the help of piston P. P is the piston. With the help of piston, that air will be blown in the cylinder C. In that cylinder C, then the high speed air creates low pressure over the tube, due to which the liquid rises in it and is then blown off in very small droplets in the form of small droplets with expelled air. So it will be thrown out in the form of droplets through that open tube. Then go for next application, that is the fifth application, that is blowing off of the roofs by stormy wind. Due to the stormy wind, there will be blowing off of the roofs of the houses. So when high speed stormy wind blows over a rooftop, it causes low pressure P. It will cause a low pressure P above the roof in accordance with the Bernoulli's principle. It will cause low pressure above the roof in accordance with Bernoulli's principle. However, the air below the roof, that is inside the room, is still at the atmospheric pressure P0. So due to this difference in pressure, the roof is lifted up and is then blown off by the wind.